Welcome to episode 18 of the Young Adult's Guide to Planet Earth, the podcast where we try to figure out life through good conversation. I'm your host, Clayton Hamrick, and joining me, as always, we have Sid Warren. How's it going, Sid?
Awesome.
Awesome sauce. And we have Hunter Baumgartner. What's up, Hunter?
It's pretty good. I actually like awesome sauce. It was a great sauce from what was it? Was it Wendy's?
Yeah.
They made a sauce?
Yeah, from
2003.
for Pickle Rick, man. Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty wasn't out in 2003.
Wait, no, that was McDonald's.
Oh, are you talking about real awesome sauce?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was the thing.
They actually made it for McDonald's, and
It was
it was not
I know what you're
awesome
talking
sauce.
about now.
It was I can't remember.
They should bring it back.
I know
No,
what you're talking about
they
now.
they're not going to, because it created such a mass hysteria. Because when they did that, they they had 50 to it was like 1,000 people outside waiting in line for that sauce.
For the sauce.
And they only had like 50 sauces.
What?
They didn't expect people to show up
Yeah.
like
It's
this.
It's like
for
the
sauce.
the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
It's literally like taking every single
Golden
Rick and
ticket.
Morty
Do
fan.
you guys remember green ketchup
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
when we were kids?
What is that? What was that? St. Patrick's Day, or was that?
No,
for
they
green
just had
eggs
it
and
year
ham?
round, dude.
They had purple too. They had all the colors.
Yeah.
purple mayonnaise. Mustard or whatever.
Yeah, but what is it used for? It was like green eggs and ham. I remember we did
They
it for
sold it in
Dr.
a
Seuss.
Oh.
Like when we ate
Well, this was
green
sold in
ketchup,
the store.
it was Dr. Seuss something. Dr. Seuss Day in elementary school.
Yeah, green eggs and ham.
Yeah, that.
So today we're going to be talking about a random topic that we are going to choose by rolling a 20-sided dice. So we're already in the random mode. We've been talking for about 50 minutes about random crap anyways, so
Yeah.
we're just going to keep it rolling. But first we have the quote of the week. Does anybody have a quote of the week prepared?
It looks like you do, Clayton.
I'm trying to find one real quick. Just stall for a second while I'm
Okay,
looking
well,
for the
Yeah,
quote
I'll
of
just
the
look
week.
one
I actually have something to say. So if you are listening, like us, subscribe, tell us what you think about us. The most valuable thing you can do is comment and just join the conversation. Tell us what you think. And then if you like what you hear, subscribing really helps. Getting those reviews show other people that this is a legit podcast that is worth listening to. And join us on social media, subscribe, follow, and just to get updates for new episodes and to see what we do in our daily lives and stay connected.
If you don't follow us, we'll know.
We will.
We have a certain set of skills, and we will find you.
And we'll make you follow us. Okay.
You don't have to follow us,
No.
but if you want to, that'd be great.
Hunter, do you have a quote?
I do. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us. Can you guess where that came from?
Nope.
Come on, you Sid.
No, I was trying to peek and see what it was.
All right, I'm gonna give you a hint. Orcs.
Oh, Lord of the Rings.
Yes,
Or the
J.R.R.
Hobbit.
Tolkien. That's his quote.
Oh, have you seen the new Tolkien movie coming out?
No,
It's about him.
really?
Yeah.
It looks really good.
It looks really good.
I'm very
Is it like a
excited to see
is it
it.
a documentary
It's like
or is it an
it's
actual
like a biopic,
okay, like
which because like they do some fantastical elements where they kind of go into Middle Earth. I couldn't think of that. for a
kind
second.
of like Finding Neverland, where they show like the author of Peter Pan.
I guess I
dreaming
don't really
about-
know a lot about it. I've seen one trailer for it. I need to watch the other trailer. Before we go into anything, did anybody watch the Aladdin trailer?
Yeah.
The newest one?
Will Smith looks
Yeah.
cool. I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be goofy, but I think
No,
it's gonna work.
No,
out
he
good.
looks good now. Like
Yeah.
the first teaser trailer, I was like, "What the heck are they doing?" But then the second trailer actually surprised me. It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, he does look good. I'm just
Well, and I'm
surprised.
glad-
Like I'm not used to seeing like all these characters. I'd never like all these actors that are showing. No idea who they are, and then all of a sudden it's Will.
Well, that
Smith
is
up in
weird.
here.
It's one of those that kind of takes you out of the movie because you know who it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I kind of liked how he's not blue in the whole movie. Like sometimes he just like turns into a human. Because
Yeah.
that was kind of distracting having him float
Yeah.
around. He looked like he looked like straight out of the Blue Man
Yeah.
Group.
I think
It's
that's
true.
why they did that, is because it is distracting a little bit.
Well, speaking of distracting, didn't they do a reference to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air like in the movie?
Yeah.
In the trailer?
You want a prince?
That's gonna take
Here
you
you go.
out.
Oh yeah.
And then there's
Yeah.
a prince over there. Hey,
It's
Where's my
funny and all,
castle?
but
So did you guys watch the new Endgame trailer?
oh yeah,
No.
yeah. I did. It's
Dude.
awesome.
I'm so excited
Dude,
for it.
did you see that? Wait, you're the one that posted that about the Deadpool wearing the costume.
No, I didn't.
Who posted that? Jay did. Okay. Yeah, there was like a
Have
pic
you seen
of Deadpool
Have you seen
wearing
Ant-Man
that.
and Wasp?
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
So you know, like when they're walking through the hangar in that trailer, they're
Yeah.
wearing those suits, and
Yeah.
it looks like the same suit Hank Pym was wearing when he went to the quantum realm.
Mm-hmm. I know exactly what's going to happen. They're going to use the quantum realm to go back in time. That's exactly what's going to happen. Because they don't have the whatever stone to get the whatever thing to get to whatever. They need the quantum realm to do anything. Because that's the only thing. Like, it's like a huge, what do you call it? Giveaway at the end of Ant-Man. When he goes into Ant-Man and the Wasp, he goes into the quantum realm. And
Spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen
Yeah.
these movies.
it's just a huge, like, because if he can go, like, first of all, it's the same as never mind, it's not the same as that. But anyways, he goes in and rescues that woman and then brings her back out again.
Yeah.
So, to me, I don't think she aged that much. What do you think? Did she age?
Definitely aged. She aged just like Hank Pym did.
Okay, so she did age.
She was the same age as him.
How about on the other side of the universe, with DC, they have that new Birds of Prey, which I'm pretty upset because I haven't seen Oracle or Batgirl, who are the same people, and I'm like, how do you not have her in there? Because I figured, Batgirl's not in, so Oracle's going to be there, because she's who Batgirl became, or Barbara Gordon became, I should say.
It's probably like the licensing's too expensive.
She's
or
too important to
something,
not
I
be
don't
in it,
know.
man. I don't know.
Oh, okay. So back to what I was saying. Sorry.
That bothers me though.
The quantum realm, is it not like just like it's in between time? It's
No.
So-
It exists in the same
realm
place
as time?
Yeah, I mean it's just
Then how are they going to use it to travel back in time?
they're not.
I'm pretty sure they are because they're flashbacking to
I
all
think-
the movies.
I just
happened
think that all the
before.
people that got dusted are in the quantum realm,
Oh, so you think that?
and they just have to be healed like
See, I don't
Ghost
think
was
that.
healed.
I don't think they're in the quantum realm. I think they're in the actual
Soul Stone.
Soul Stone. Yeah, where his daughter is, because his daughter was in there. Remember? He killed her, and then she was all of a sudden in the Soul Stone with him.
But that was just that. That was just a figment of his imagination.
But was it? Because everything they show is like trickery. You remember how they tricked us into thinking that the Hulk was gonna be coming out, and he never did. In the trailer, it showed the Hulk running with all the other ones.
Have you seen the Hulk theories about how it's going to be Professor Hulk?
Yeah, I've seen that too. But
There's
you
just
can't
so much
trust
going
anything,
on, man.
Because they
But see,
trickery, man. It's trickery.
Here's another thing. How is Captain Marvel going to play into it? Because
Dude, I don't want to.
because
I don't know. I
they've
haven't
made
seen
such
the
a
movie
big
yet.
deal about how she's going to play a big role.
I just hope they don't make her Superman, where she
They're
just
not.
comes in and kills him.
They're not. That's just not Marvel's. That's not their style.
Because that's definitely what DC did.
Yeah, Justice League, where they're like,
Oh, Superman's dead. What are we gonna do now? Revive Superman. Superman comes in, whoops butt.
no, but it's
The
also
end.
like, let's have our regular heroes fight this guy.
For just a little bit.
Yeah, and like, oh, they can't win, and then Superman comes in and
Yeah.
just like, whatever.
he's like the, what do you call it? The DX Machina?
Yeah, Deus Ex Machina.
Deus Ex Machina. That's what Superman is, basically. And I hate that, because Superman is not that, but in the movies he is. He should not be. Because in the movies,
He has so much more weakness in the comics. Like,
Yeah.
he's an actually good character
he's
in the
actually a
comics.
regular dude in the comics. But in this
Well,
world
he's not a
of
regular
ours-
dude, but
Well, he's not regular, but he acts regular. He's like a cool dude you can hang out with. He's not like a superseded. I'm not.
well, that's actually something I liked about the Man of Steel movies is that they kind of painted him as a god.
Yeah.
Because if you think about us,
Well, yeah, I know.
think
for
about
sure,
think
for a
about
fact
somebody
that
who
we'd be
came
like that.
down who was invincible and they could do it. We would worship
We would
them.
definitely start thinking he was Jesus, and then after the fact that we were like, okay, he's definitely not Jesus. Then we'd be like, what is he? He's an alien. And then we get over that fact because aliens we think are looking green. So he's not an alien. He's not green. Oh God, what is he? And then they start looking to the past, like, oh, he could be Zeus, or he could be.
Yeah,
maybe,
that's what I'm
maybe
saying.
Greek religion was real. Boom, boom, boom,
So I kind
boom.
of like how they did that, but
That's what they did for DC. They made all the characters like Greek. Like
yeah.
Batman is like some, I don't know, the guy that makes swords. And then like the Flash is either Hermes or or Nike, the one with the wings on the feet. And like Wonder Woman obviously is Athena. Like, sorry, I'm getting into my geek mode.
All right, yeah, we need to roll this dice and figure out what we're actually going to be talking about
Time
today.
to roll the dice.
Okay, roll it. 10.
10. Comic books.
What, dude?
That's perfect.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
No lie, I literally took my 2 fingers, put the dice between my hand, and threw it on the table, and it landed on 10.
Well, that.
Comic books.
Keep talking, guys.
So
don't miss a beat.
So, like, in order for me to talk about this, we're gonna have to go into the movie because, like, I've read comic books, but I feel like I know more about the movies.
Yeah.
Just because I'm not,
Well, we
as,
can
I'm
talk
not as a
both
big,
ways.
not as big on comics as y'all are.
Well, and comics mean something
Well-
different to me because I see them as collectibles more.
Yeah,
More so.
I mostly collect them, but the ones that I read are volumes. I don't buy one comic book
Yeah.
and read it. That's just for wall hangers. If I'm gonna read a comic, I'm gonna buy the volume. Like the new Dark Vader ones, I bought 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah. I
I have
right
to read
when
them like that.
Marvel took back over doing Star Wars comics was the only time I really got into comics, and I would go to the comic book shop and like buy them individually, which was really cool. It was like I'd never done like that. That was just something I'd never done. It was like, you watch your favorite TV show every week. Well, I had to go to the comic book store and buy the new issue whenever it came out.
That
It
gets
was really
annoying
cool.
real fast.
No, it was cool though.
Wait. Okay, I can see why it would be cool.
Yeah, 'cause you're
Same thing as
anticipating-
buying Yu-Gi-Oh cards in Walmart. For me, would be. Never mind, I'm getting off track. Continue.
So that, and then I remember when I was a kid, the newspaper used to send Spider-Man comics. Like they had like a month where they sent a Spider-Man comic every week. And that's like the only
cool.
comic books I ever owned was 4 Spider-Man comics, and they were like some of the OG, like Fantastic Four and Spider-Man.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
And like, but beyond that, I never really got into comic books that much until I got to college, and then it was a really cool culture that I started to kind of get a little more into.
Yeah.
I got into comics when I was like between 16 or 18, but I went to a comic store and they had like 2 50 cents, or they had a 50 cents bin, so I just kind of dived into that and I picked 2 that were like just stupid and like worthless in retrospect. But then I went back the next day because I was like hooked, and I did a bunch of research that night and found like some more modern stuff that I really liked, and I ended up buying them, and I ended up making a really good purchase and made like a couple $100 off that. So that's where like comic books became a financial thing for me. And since then, I kind of got away from modern, and like I collect silver and golden age stuff, and I'm kind of like I'm so into comics, and I'm always on the forums and stuff, and that's how I engage in the hobby. But I don't really know a lot of the stories, and I don't really
Yeah.
keep up with the movies so much. So it's like it's weird to say I'm a comic book nerd because I really am. But
You're a collector comic book nerd.
yeah, but I'm not like super knowledgeable on like the current Marvel movies and
Yeah.
any of the current, or even like the stories. Like you guys were talking about Superman. Like I don't really know Superman.
Well,
that
to be
well.
honest, I've never actually read. I've maybe read 1 or 2 Superman comics,
Yeah.
I read,
but I've got all that information I'm talking about from Angry Joe,
yeah.
who is a YouTuber I watch.
Oh,
Who
okay.
just talks about it.
At that same time that I got into the Darth Vader comics, I was in the comic book store every week anyways, and a comic book takes you 30 minutes to read maybe.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I might as well start to pick up some other stuff. So I bought like 3 issues of some new Superman comic. But that's all the reading I've really done like as a comic book. But then I've just read a lot. I used to watch a ton of comic book videos. Like I was never into buying comic books and reading them, but I would always watch. Do you ever watch Variant Comics?
Yeah.
I would just like watch his videos about
Yeah.
I would get really into that, and I don't know why.
That was good.
That's fascinating stuff. I mean, the stories they come
But it's
up
like
with.
it's funny that I didn't actually buy comics and didn't really read them, but I would just watch the videos, I guess.
Yeah.
For me, I started when I was in like middle school, 6th grade. I was dating that. Boom! All this memory came back to me. Okay, you remember when I used to run the stand, the candy stand in middle school? There used to be a candy stand right next to the gym.
Yeah, I didn't know you ran it.
I didn't remember until now, but I was running it with Aaron Krantz and his sister or cousin or whatever, and we would both run it. And I remember this because, yeah. And then I started dating Victoria was her name, Victoria, and we started dating. And then from one of my birthday presents, she got me a Naruto anime, and it was Volume 1, and that started the.
That's literally what
biggest
started your
collection.
Naruto collection.
Yes, I'd never heard of it before.
That's hilarious.
And she got it for me because I watched it on sometimes for Cartoon Network, and she was just asking me what's my favorite, whatever. I was like, no,
My middle
let's
school
try
girlfriends
that.
didn't do anything for me.
Well, dude, that's what
Yeah,
did it
same
for me.
here, actually.
And she got me that, and that was the first one I read. And then I started reading that from then, and I've collected all the way up to 55, and I stopped because I
So
was
those
like,
comics do they
those
only
are
mangas?
manga.
They're
the-
kind of comics.
But like when I got to volume 3 or 4, like I would only get these at Walmart, because in Walmart there's in the middle of the the registers, there's like a place where all the books are, and I always go there and get the book every month. They'd come out with a new volume, and back when volume 1 and volume 2 were selling was like 2005, and so I was getting these maybe earlier than that, but I was getting them and reading them that way. So every time I'd go to Walmart, maybe every other month, I'd get my mom to buy me one. But then I started seeing Dark Horse comics, and those are actually the comics I started reading. And Dark Horse had a line going out, because that's after Marvel sold. See, Marvel used to own Star Wars and all the comics.
Not yeah.
Yeah, and only the comics. And then they sold it to Dark Horse, and then Dark Horse took over and started making non-canonical comics about Star Wars.
That's some of the best Star Wars storylines,
Yeah.
man.
And I started reading a lot of them, and I got really involved in those. Even though it wasn't nothing to do with the original story, it was so fun to read because the color was really like modern and cool to read, and it looked awesome.
I have trade paperbacks of those,
Yeah.
like a volume of those.
And
I've never read them though.
and then after that, I just started buying everything I could find, like at Walmart, and only at Walmart. And I would find like World of Warcraft, like a volume 1, and I could read like World of Warcraft came out with like a manga of like their characters. It was so cool, and I was like, this is awesome.
That's the hobby in its purest form. Like,
Yeah.
just going to a store and buying it, and like for me, it's just like a bunch of collectors, probably a bunch of old guys,
And that
just like sending it to each other, and it's like
I
not
think
as exciting.
The thing, like saying going to Walmart to buy stuff.
like that was before I had a car, so I didn't have a choice where I went. So I just
Well,
like,
that's the thing
after
too,
I started
though.
getting a license, I didn't really
There
go
was
shopping.
no comic book shops around us when we were kids.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if there would have been a comic book shop, like in town, I maybe would have been like my parents maybe would have took me there. I'd have been more into it. But you know, all we had was Walmart to see this stuff.
But
Like,
that's how it was back in the 50s, like during the gold and then into the silver age, when you like people were holding these $100,000 and plus books in their hands, and it
Yeah.
was just fun and exciting, like
Yeah.
for kids, you know.
Yeah.
And that's how my dad was. Him and his whole neighborhood used to collect comics. I'm sure they had like millions of dollars flow through their
Dude,
hands.
it's just like Star Wars. You remember how huge it was back in the 2000s?
But this is even more so.
Yeah, I know, but I'm like, there was a picture I saw the other day. Never mind, keep going. I just interrupted
Well,
you.
it's fun. They just used to like trade them back and forth, and like for them, a lot of times it was about volume. So my dad would have one that somebody needed to fill a run, but he would get like 10, and because they really wanted that, and he
Just
just
see how many
focused
you
on
could
growing.
get.
But my dad told me he used to have like a Hulk 181, which is the first Wolverine,
Oh,
and I'm like,
dude.
and my uncle still has his old one, and it's just like it's cool just seeing that.
Yeah.
They were during like more of the Bronze Age, so really the only valuable books are like in the X-Men runs and like Hulk 181 specifically, like
Yeah.
But before then, like, gosh, it was like if you could go into a time machine, dude. I mean, you can make a lot of money with time machines. If you
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But that's one of the ways that you could definitely make a lot.
Well, that's how it is with like magic cards too. You hear about these kids
Yeah.
playing with Black Lotuses unsleeved on the concrete.
Yep.
It's crazy.
And you can still see those that exist because like the whole back is scraped off basically.
Yeah.
Like I've seen a few of those for sale.
I mean, that's with everything, though. Think about it.
Dude,
What if this
Go ahead.
computer, we don't know it, but what if this computer right here becomes like the most expensive computer in like 20 years?
that doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't, but neither does having a card that says Black Lotus.
Yes, it does because it's collectible.
Yeah, but you don't know that at the time it came out.
Yeah, you do because it's literally a collectible card game.
I know, but you know what I'm saying. Sid,
But this,
right?
yes, but the way I see it is like I think it's pure and awesome that we could enjoy that computer right now.
Yeah.
Because if everybody realized it was gonna be expensive, it would just be hoarded and nobody can enjoy it.
Exactly.
And that's why things are so expensive, is because they're so nostalgic, they're so special, and there's only a few of them left because it's been so long.
Yeah,
And so like I love that back in the day, like
that's what happens with
like
cards.
a well-loved comic, it's just like so beautiful because like you know that somebody like really just enjoyed the heck out of it. And I don't know, like to me I'm conflicted about my own hobby. I'm like just putting them in a
'Cause you're
box
the
because
one
I
that
have
puts
I have
them in the
3
box?
boxes and I just
I
stuff
have-
them in there
I
and
put
they
'em in a
don't see
drawer.
the light of day except for like a couple times a year.
Yeah.
The thing about me is, I've actually tried to read some of the comics when I buy them, even if they're like concealed in like packages and everything. Except if they're like it's like hard plastic and you can't really get it out. Like the
Yeah.
Spider-Man one I bought, Spider-Man 2099. That's my favorite one I have now.
I think
my
my
favorite
favorite thing
one.
about comics, like I've not really gotten into collecting. I have probably 20 comics. That's all I have. But I just love the variant covers.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing, and even not even like expensive rare ones, just a regular $10 book that's got a variant that I really like. Those are so cool.
There's
Yeah.
some Bronze Age books that were printed with like different prices
Yeah.
that can fetch like some big money. That's not as exciting as like new art. or
Whoa,
anything.
it's got a different price on it.
Yeah,
For
it's
me-
like 30 or 35 cents, and
Yeah.
it can make difference in hundreds.
But
of
I see, I
thousands of
actually
dollars.
like the new age because like now with new comic runs, they'll come out with 20 variants of a first
Yeah.
issue or something. Because it's not like it used to be, and I think that's cool. I mean, they're not worth hardly anything, but
Yeah.
I just
Well,
think
to
they're
you
cool.
they are. Like for me, I love art. Like for me, comic books are art.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I
same.
love the fact that not only is the front page like colorful picture of like 2 childhood memories like battling it out and it's awesome. There's a story right behind that picture.
Yeah.
And if you really wanted to, it's like National Treasure when they get those maps and they take the Declaration of Independence out from underneath there and like they turn it over and there's like a magic map behind it. Like that's what I feel like with these comic books is like there's more to it than meets the eye.
Yeah.
Literally.
So I've got 4 comics hanging on my wall, and they're 4 variant covers of the first 4 runs that Star Wars started back with whenever Marvel bought them. So
Cool.
Kanan, Darth Vader, Star Wars, and Princess Leia were the 4 they started with. And I have 4 different variant covers all drawn by Philip Noto. And they're just like it's a picture of Darth Vader, picture of Han, picture of Luke, and picture of Leia. Like the 4 original characters. And man, like, it's like above my desk, I have those 4 books hanging on the wall. And like, it's probably $20. Like, it's not any value, but that's the coolest thing to me.
Yeah.
It's literally just like I bought some art.
Yeah, most of the time I'm collecting for cover or like a significant appearance or something. Like I got into Golden Age science fiction. Like Schomburg, he makes the most beautiful like airbrushed covers, and he usually has like a girl on it and like getting abducted by aliens or something. But like, there's some of the prettiest covers. But there's not.
Yeah.
They're good to read and all, but there's not like anything special about them.
I'm just sitting here looking at them. They're so cool. I never noticed that until now. I always saw Darth Vader, but I didn't notice it was all 4 of the characters. The only one you can't see is Han. That's because Clayton's fluffy hair
It's
is in the
because
way.
Clayton wants to associate with Han.
But I love how
Yeah.
how you in the background you have like the TIE fighter and then one of
I
my
have
favorite
a lot of
Gundams
Star
I've
Wars
ever
stuff in my
seen.
room.
Oh, and you even have the X-wing. Oh, I love the way you have it.
I have a little Millennium Falcon on top of that shelf too.
Oh yeah, I can see a little bit of it.
What's your guys' favorite comic book character? I feel like it's a
Say
hard
that,
question.
dude.
Like-
don't even start.
Hunter,
Let's
you,
go
I
with
hate you.
DC and then let's go Marvel.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
do that.
So DC, who's your favorite? I mean, yours is easy.
I'll start.
Well, it used
Oh.
to be easy. Now it's even harder.
Go ahead. You said you start.
Okay, mine's Adam Strange. He's just like a super dorky, like he's a cool character, but his outfit is just like this red jumpsuit, and he like has a ray gun,
Yeah.
and it's a very cool character. Nothing's that he was in one of the new cartoons.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've probably seen.
I've
him.
seen a lot of Adam Strange.
I know
He's-
nothing about DC. I just know the main
Well,
people.
dude, if you ever watch the Young Justice or Justice League Unlimited or Justice League, then you should know like that guy. You should know like
I
all
haven't
of them,
watched any of that
actually.
stuff since I was a kid, though.
Dude,
Yeah.
but it's so good. You should watch it again. It's like watching Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
I ain't got no time for that.
I'm also a
You're
big
right,
fan
you're
of
right.
Raven because I just like her attitude.
Yeah,
But that's more of a cartoon thing than a.
but
comic book.
that's still nostalgic right there. That
Yeah,
whole show. That
Yeah.
All right, Hunter, who's your favorite DC?
comic wise, probably Batman because that's the only comics I have.
That's always a good answer.
But TV wise, dude, it's hard because Young Justice, it just blew my mind
It makes you love everybody. They
Makes
did
you
that
love-
show so well.
because it's like they got rid of like the whole like they put drama in it, but teenage drama.
Yeah.
What you actually feel.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if this was reality, this is what it'd be like. That's what I like.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah. What about you, Clayton?
I'd have to say the Joker. I'm a big villain fan.
Yeah, but he
And
don't have his own comic line.
Yeah, he
we're
did.
going that semantic with it.
Yeah.
He did have
Come
his
on,
own,
man. Yeah, he does have
his
his
own
own.
comic.
Yeah, he has the face mask, whatever. Is that what you're talking about?
I don't know.
Where his face is ripped off?
It was a Silver Age issue that came out.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about that one.
Yeah.
He's just he might be my favorite villain in all of comics, like Marvel, even combined in that. Just because, and I'd say I'm more of a Marvel fan than DC, but he's just so maniacal and just so psycho, and it's so great.
Yeah.
I just
Dude,
love it.
It's a good character.
My favorite of all time is when, alright, the new Batman movie came out, Batman Ninja, or Ninja Batman or whatever.
What?
It was not my favorite movie, but there's one scene in it where I think Batman defeats the Joker, and then the Joker is playing like he looks like a farmer, and Harley Quinn is like his wife, and they both look completely normal, like a man with brown hair, and like he's just a farmer, and he's got a hat on, and his wife's in the kitchen cooking, and that's Harley Quinn. But you don't know it's them because you're so you know that like the Joker looks this way and the Harley Quinn looks that way. But anyways, the point is Batman goes up to him, and he looks in his eyes, and he truly sees him change. And for the first moment, Batman's like super happy that he's like, it's over, it's fine. He's like happy for him, and he just leaves him alone. But as soon as he leaves, like, I don't know what happens, but it's like the Joker, like, he looks up, he sees Batman, he like sees Batman walking away, he smiles, like the genuine smile of like a good, like you smile when you see a friend walking away, and then you see it like inching closer up to his eye.
Yes.
Like, and then he starts like grinning harder and harder, like, oh shit. And then you see like he roll his head back and laugh, the Joker laugh. Like,
Dude, you just
And
telling
then
that
Harley
story gave me
Quinn-
cold chills.
Harley Quinn comes to the door and she's like, what's wrong? And he's like laughing hysterically, like he's like convulsing laughing, and she's just like, what's wrong, honey? And then he like, I don't know what happens, and then she starts doing it too. But it was the most coolest.
Oh,
But the whole thing was it wasn't like cartoon looking. It was like more like Borderlands looking.
Yeah.
It was like one of my favorite scenes I've ever seen. And that one, and also another favorite scene, or not a favorite scene, but a favorite comic is The Killing Joke.
Oh yeah, that's got to be one of the best.
Oh, I'm just getting pumped thinking about this.
Do you still have that book?
Yeah.
I remember we bought that when we went to that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So what about Marvel?
There's too many.
I'd rather just pick a second DC character, to be honest.
It's hard,
Um,
man.
I don't know. It's hard to not just say like Spider-Man or like Captain America, but I mean I really like Quicksilver, who's the X-Men guy.
Yeah.
He came in the fourth issue of the X-Men, and I just like I feel like the X-Men are just my favorite in general. 'Cause
Yeah, I'm a
they're
big
just-
fan of the X-Men.
I feel like that's my favorite Marvel book.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's weird
so
too.
creative.
I guess it's because of the movies. Like it almost feels like there's DC, Marvel, and X-Men. It's like it's a totally different thing.
Yeah, it's because of how Sony's owned it for so long.
Yeah.
But even without that, like it is kind of its own universe.
Yeah.
For me, I would probably have to say Tony Stark, Iron Man, and also Spider-Man, and
I have the
What's
first appearance of
another one?
Iron Man.
you
That's
do?
yeah.
Give it here.
That's probably
Give
like
it
one of my favorite ones.
Because Iron Man is just, he's like the guy everyone is rooting for, but also everyone, like, they meet him, they hate him, but they love him. Like, it's hard to explain, but it's like the guy you hate but you love and you're rooting for.
Yeah.
And the reason is because you know he's suffering, because he's literally one of those anti-hero comic book characters. Like, he's not like Batman, because Batman's not an anti-hero. He's like literally a force of nature, because he doesn't change his morals, he doesn't change his what do you call it? Diction, characterization.
Keep going. Say more words.
I can't think of it. But he doesn't change his morals. He sticks to the same thing. But like Tony Stark, I feel like he's more of a real dude, and like you see that in his comics. You see that in the movies. I'd say you see that more in the movies because you can actually see his character change and grow.
That's one of the problems I have with Batman is he's not relatable enough.
Yeah.
Like that's why I've never really liked Batman that much, is because he seemed. I think that's with all the DC characters. None of them seem like they could just be real life people.
Well, then again, it's hard to see that because most of the movies show him as like his prime, but a lot of the comics and a lot of the like the comics show him growing up from being like a playboy, a literal playboy, to like being a man. But like the best thing I could show you is the Batman the Animated Series. That's the only thing I can tell you to watch if you're into like movies or television shows, is because yeah, he doesn't change, but like he's the guy you're gonna like if you had to rely on Tony Stark or Bruce or actually Iron Man or Batman. Batman doesn't bring his personality into it. He brings in like the truth, the justice. He's gonna get his job done.
That's why it's more relatable, because more humans are like Tony Stark.
Yeah, I know, but like if you wanting somebody to, like if you knew, if like Sid or you could do a computer job, but you had more personality into it. So if I wanted a certain way and you had, I don't like it that way, I'm gonna do it another way. But Sid's like, I'm gonna do it. Sid just pulled up an image of Batman slapping Robin and saying no. I like that. But you know what I'm saying, right?
No, I don't.
Okay,
Because what I'm saying, I'm saying is, I'm saying, literally, what you're saying is making Batman less relatable than.
You're right. I should just
than
stop,
Tony Stark.
Batman's more between Batman and
he's more like cold and like you're saying he's never changing. Tony Stark is more like a human because humans change all the time and they're unreliable and.
Well, I'm just saying. Okay, you know what? I'm not going to start this because I feel like I'm just not saying, because I feel like Batman has a lot of comics that he does change in.
Yeah, there's so many iterations of each character. Like there's probably some of those are on their like 7th series, and there's been offshoots.
Well, that's another thing I feel about Tony Stark. He doesn't change much in all of his iterations.
I don't know anything about him, but
yeah, I don't really know much about Tony Stark other than
over the course of like
comics
when he
I've
first
read.
appeared to now. Like I feel like he's been pretty similar to his character.
Yeah.
He does have a pretty specific personality. It's not like a whole lot of room to play with.
Yeah. Well, I'd say my favorite Marvel is definitely Spider-Man, no question.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just say that too.
He's just the neighborhood's, friendly Spider-Man. And
he's like the face of comics almost.
And he's so
iconic.
For me, it's all about relatability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, like I said, Iron Man, and then you got, who'd you say?
For
Marvel?
For Marvel? Forgot. I don't think I really pegged anybody.
He said Captain America as one example, which I would say that's pretty relatable.
Yeah.
I just think in general, like how they build their characters, and like I say, I'm going more off movies than anything. But
yeah, I keep looking at movies because it's just so relevant right now.
But think of somebody like Vision, who's literally a robot. There's a lot of relatable qualities he has.
Yeah.
And think of Scarlet Witch, who's like a mutant witch lady. Like she goes through a lot of the same emotions as we do.
And you see, in the comics, you definitely see. In the X-Men, you definitely see that more.
Yeah, they're all just regular people that got mutated.
X-Men is all about that relatability. Dude, I didn't even say X. I didn't even think of Logan. What am I doing?
Yeah.
Logan.
He's
I
the
put
worst.
Logan as my favorite movie.
He's the worst.
Dude, what are you talking about?
Well, man? I have a special one that's not my pick, but like close to my heart. And that's Barbara Gordon, Batgirl, the first Batgirl.
I thought you were going to say
she's
that.
More like the second Batgirl.
I thought you were going to say that because I knew you were really into that.
I don't want to say her because to me she's just cool because like not for like anything about her, but just because she's like to me she's the iconic like Batgirl type.
How much would it turn you on to? Sorry, I shouldn't say that.
No, Erica is my girl. Batgirl is just like something that
I was gonna say something.
Just
like
a cool
that.
character. I mean,
if she would dress up like Barbara Gordon.
Oh. Yeah. What? No comment.
I just feel like you like seeing a strong woman. That's what I feel like.
I get. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Erica's a strong woman. She.
I think
you like seeing a strong woman. Go see Captain Marvel.
Oh no.
It is such a good movie.
Really?
And the more I think about it, the better it was.
Here's the thing. I'm thinking only of that what I've seen outside the movie. So maybe I
Well,
should just
like
go
I
see the
say,
movie.
yeah, exactly. You need to stop having these stupid expectations you go in with.
It's just,
You guys need to go see Battle Angel Alita. Or
Yeah,
Alita
I
Battle
I need
Angel.
to.
Let's just go. Let's go. What are y'all doing today, other than this?
Playing some
I've got
Madden.
lots to do.
Dang it.
I've
I really want to go see it right now.
But really, you guys should go support the cause because there's a big sequel that needs made, and if they don't make enough money, they're not gonna make the sequel. So support that movie.
I think we should just support Marvel because they're a little indie company.
They made in the one weekend they opened, they made more than she's made in Alita Battle Angels made in like a month, and that pisses me off.
But no, so like when I was listening to this podcast the other day, they were talking about Captain Marvel, and it did not ring home with me as much as it did when I was watching it as when I was listening to this podcast about how she is such a strong woman, like female character, and like it gives so many young little girls like somebody to like look up to and like want to be like, and like I don't know why that never registered with me. I guess because I'm a dude, but all these little boys have like Spider-Man and Iron Man and Captain America, and they've got everybody, you know, but Marvel just hasn't really. Well, I mean, superheroes in general. Wonder Woman came out, but then.
Well, it's all about their target market. Think about it. What are we going to do? We're talking about comics, and our target market is mainly males.
But their target market should be females because, like, boys get empowered from these superheroes. Like, why shouldn't girls have that same thing? And Captain Marvel.
I mean, by all means, yeah, do it.
Captain Marvel is like perfectly that, whereas Wonder Woman, a reason people were saying Wonder Woman wasn't as much that is because there was like a little bit of a romantic subplot, where in Captain Marvel there was no, like they didn't have to have, you know, like every female lead in a movie ever, they've got this dude who they start to fall in love with or whatever, and that's just so unrealistic. That just doesn't happen 100% of the time.
Yeah.
So Captain Marvel was just really good as creating this hero that girls can look up to.
Was she charismatic in the movie?
Dude, you would want to be best friends with Brie Larson after you see this movie. She's so charismatic.
Why is it right now that I'm thinking, like, explain to me why I'm thinking this, that she's in the movie I'm going to see a cold, emotionless woman that's like just a militaristic woman, and she's just going to go.
It's because of just the perception you have based off like the negative reviews you've
Yeah.
heard. And the previews,
But why do
I don't
people
feel
think
like
that?
did the best job.
Why is people saying these things about her if it's not true?
Well, people always have something bad to say, man. Just don't listen to it.
Because they're wrong.
Because I always go off reviews first before I will watch a movie.
You just need to stop doing that. That's
I
such
know.
a bad way to do it.
I know, but most of the time it's right. It's like, this movie's boring.
But
Critics think it's boring
like
and
there
the
are certain
audience.
movies, like Star Wars, for example. You're gonna see that either way. So why read the reviews? Captain Marvel, I think you should see either way because it's a
Marvel movie.
big lead up into Infinity War. So like these types of movies that you're gonna see either way, you just shouldn't read reviews.
You're right.
Because then you can actually enjoy
I
them.
kind of want to go see Shazam, even though I don't even know I'm not even gonna look at the reviews anymore. I want to go see Shazam.
It looks terrible.
See, there you go. Like, to me, it looks fun to watch.
The previews just haven't like done anything for me.
Same here. Yeah.
It just doesn't look good.
Maybe it's just our perception or opinions or whatever that is.
I mean, for me in general, I'm not going to see another DC movie in theaters. I'll watch them when they come out on DVD, but I'm not going to see it because I've been burned too many times.
You're right.
Spending as much as I do on a movie ticket to see a movie that I don't like.
Yeah. Did you like Aquaman?
I didn't see it.
I did.
Aquaman was good.
I heard
was good.
Aquaman was pretty good, but still, I don't think I would trust myself enough to buy it to go to theaters to see it.
I almost got burned from watching Will Ferrell and what's his name? The guys.
Oh yeah, that I've heard bad stuff about that.
Really bad. Like,
Yeah.
terrible
What are you talking about?
reviews on that movie, Sherlock and Watson, or Watson and Holmes.
Did anybody here see that?
Dude,
No.
every new thing. Will Smith hadn't done anything good since Anchorman 2.
No, wait, Will Ferrell.
What about?
What did I say?
Will Smith.
That's what I meant. Will Ferrell.
What about Step Brothers and
Yeah, that
and-
was before Anchorman 2.
What about Blades of Glory?
You mean Anchorman?
Oh, was that
That was
before
a long time ago.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm talking about like past 5, 6
Dude, no,
years.
Big Daddy's Home. Daddy's
Oh,
Home
yeah,
too.
that was
Those
good.
are good.
Yeah, but that happened after Daddy's Home.
And Get Hard.
Yeah, it wasn't really
Okay,
good.
what about the cop movie with Mark Wahlberg
That was
again?
before.
That was before.
before?
I'm talking past 5, 6 years. He
Okay,
hasn't done anything
you're
good.
talking about post Anchorman 2. All right. Okay. Other than Big Daddy or Daddy's Home, then yeah, I could agree with you. But yeah, maybe they're just getting to the point where their jokes aren't that funny anymore because people want different comedy.
Well, I still like Will Ferrell. I still think he's a genius, but I feel like he's getting lazy in a way.
I don't think he's getting lazy. I just think he's just
Well,
people
and
getting
also,
tired
like,
of his comedy. That's what it is.
So think about really good Will Ferrell movies. He's got other people in those movies that are really good. Any movie he's in with Mark Wahlberg is going to be great.
Because Mark Wahlberg is the serious type and he's the funny type, and that's how it goes.
I
Right?
personally cannot stand Kevin Hart in movies. He just walks around and talks in his high pitched voice and screams funny stuff, and it's not funny.
Yeah.
So we're supposed to be talking about comic book.
Yeah. So,
Dude, have you not read the comic book
with Will Ferrell?
Daddy's Home?
God, that's amazing, man. Just
It was
watching,
a 12 issue book.
Well, do you guys want to re-roll again for another topic?
No,
Or
let's keep
have we
staying
dried
on
this off?
comics. Hold on.
I'd say we can talk about comics for another 20 minutes.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
I mean, like, what was I gonna say? I was thinking a while ago about how cool the comic culture is. You were talking about going to that Comic-Con we went to.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Like, how many Comic Cons have we been to
One.
together? All together. I feel like
I think we
been to
did
two.
too.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When?
The second one, was
it just you and I?
I think it was just you and me. Because the second one, I remember taking pictures with the stormtroopers. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that was just you and
I
me.
was with you when you were with the Stormtroopers.
Oh, then that
So
wasn't.
that was Clayton. Clayton.
Well,
no,
we've been together. I've been to two with
we
you guys.
met together. We ate at that restaurant, and then Clayton came, right?
I don't remember.
Because me and Sid, we ate at the
Doesn't matter.
yeah, it
where
was
we
me
ate.
and you. It was
was.
just me and you.
Yeah, we need
Yeah,
to go.
I've
again.
only been to one, and like what I was gonna say, the whole culture that's built around, and it's not just comics, because at these conventions there's also a lot of Star Wars and sci-fi, and it's a lot based on the movies have been hyping it up a lot lately, but
Yeah.
just the community that's built around it is just really cool to me. Everybody's just like super into it.
Yeah. And I want next time I go, I want to dress up like somebody. Because when we did the Franklin Street thing, and I dressed up as the Flash, I did not believe what was happening. But people were coming, because this is big right when the Flash and the Arrow were coming out. People were coming up to me trying to take pictures with me. Like, oh, dude, I want
That
to
was
take
a
a picture
little
with
bit
you.
different because it was Halloween.
I know, but still, like that feeling of somebody wanting to like take pictures with me.
No, I mean that's
because of my
cool. Like
costume.
you hear about these people who do like the big cosplays at San Diego Comic Con, like the really nice cosplays. Like, they get a lot of like validation, and like everybody just wants to take pictures with them. I can see the appeal of that. Like that would be really cool.
I have a really funny story about that. So me and Erica went to a Comic-Con this past fall, and you guys know Steve and Nancy from Stranger Things? I think 2 or 3 people came up and asked to take pictures with us because I had a sweater on with some slacks, and Erica was just dressed nice, and we literally, I'll admit, we legitimately look like Steve
You
and
do,
Nancy.
I can see it.
Dude, people would come up to us like, "You guys are Steve and Nancy." And we were like, "No, we're just
Sure.
at a
Should've
comic
like,
event."
yes, we
and
are.
Then, and then they were like, "Just say yes," and I'm like, "Okay." And they're like, "Can we take a picture with you?" And I'm like, "Okay." Fine.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
It was so
I didn't
funny,
even think
but
about
it
that.
happened multiple times to where it was like we just look like this.
See,
funny.
but how'd you feel?
I felt great. Like,
Exactly,
Yeah,
that's
I felt.
what I'm saying,
I felt
bro.
like part of a community.
Yeah,
You know, instead
that
of just
feeling you
being
get.
there.
I love it.
When also like you can kind of like a lot of people do it because they can kind of become that character and kind of
Yeah.
come out of their shell. Like if they're not dressed up, they might just be not talking to anybody, over lurking in a corner. But put on a costume and like really
Yeah.
brings out their personality. And
You
stuff. I think that's really cool.
It's like your personality melds with the personality of the character, and then you like try to become that. Like a lot of Batman characters, like people that dress up like Batman, they're like they start talking like this, or like
What was that? Do that again.
they start talking like this. Sorry, I put in a little accent, and they'll be like, "I'm Batman," and they'll quote.
I feel like
Where's Rachel?
I feel like I would hate dressing up as Batman because I
Yeah.
feel like I would feel
You would just-
inclined to walk
you-
around and just brood the whole
He's
day.
probably the
Yeah.
worst character you can dress up like, because no, it's because the people that come up to you and be like, do the voice, and at the end of the day you're like, I can't talk anymore.
Yeah.
But like Darth Vader, perfect, because you can literally just walk around and look at
I feel
people.
like that would be boring too.
Yeah, it would be kind of boring because people they wouldn't know it was, oh, that's Hunter under there dressed like
Yeah,
Darth Vader.
I would want to like
It would just be like, that's Darth Vader. Let's take a picture with Darth Vader.
I would want to dress up as somebody that was unmasked, so I could kind of still like communicate.
Still
and,
be you and
well, not
him?
necessarily be me. Like I would still want to try to be the character, but I would want to be able to like interact more.
Yeah.
I
Well,
just
who-
want to dress up like.
Who does Clayton look like the most? Like he could dress up like and actually look like he could actually be that person. What do you
I
think?
don't know.
I don't know.
Danny Phantom. That's not a
I
common.
wonder if
character.
anybody would know, like, recognize who I was if I dressed
I
up as
feel like
Danny
you
Phantom.
look similar to Danny Phantom. So I don't know.
Phantom.
Remember him? He had like
Yeah.
basically.
Oh, I
Clayton's
know
hair.
exactly what
Yeah.
you're talking about. I'm just trying to think of like Marvel, or DC. I don't know. What do you think?
I feel like I
don't
feel like I could pull off a Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I can pull off a Clark Kent. Like if I pull my hair back and like grease it up a little bit and put on the glasses and everything, I think I
see
could
that.
do a Clark Kent.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. What about
Agreed.
you, Sid? What do you think, Clayton?
Steve from Stranger Things.
No. We're only thinking Marvel because it's
Okay.
it's easier. To, I'm just blowing my mind. It's easier to
I've never thought about this question before, which is
because
pretty
like
interesting. I don't know.
I don't really know.
I'm gonna think about you while you're thinking about me.
If his hair, well, no.
probably Strange, Adam Strange,
That's nice. Thank you.
the guy that you were talking about.
Yeah, I actually look a lot like him.
Because
To be honest.
he has blonde hair and you kind of have the blonde hair thing going and your jawline
His
Thank
hair
you.
is
is
squared.
His hair is brown.
No, it's blonde brown.
A lot of people tell me my hair's blonde. I don't see
I don't
it.
understand
It's
that.
blonde. It's dirty blonde.
I've had barbers. I'll be like, "Is my hair brown or blonde?" I'll be like, "It's blonde."
It's 100% brown. Like I don't. There's no
Dude,
blonde.
my
in
hair's
that.
brown. Your hair's black brown, and your hair is blonde brown.
Pull up a picture of a blonde person. Hold it up to
Okay,
the side.
you're
You
right.
can find our pictures on
Be-
Instagram
there's
if you
even
want to
beach blonde.
have your own
Yeah,
opinion.
this is a good time to plug our Instagram. Go over there and look at our
Yeah,
beautiful
look at
faces.
our faces.
Yeah.
Can't see my eyes or my head, my
Hunter-
color of my hair. It's all covered up by a hat and sunglasses.
Who would you be?
Me? I don't know.
I-
That's up to you guys, because I can't see. The problem is people can't see who they most look like unless they've looked at other people and asked them.
What about
I said who I would look.
what about
I know,
Banner? Like the whole.
Bruce Banner?
I was thinking you like if your hair was black, like you got the kind of hair Bruce Banner does.
Really?
Kind of like it's like curly and kind of.
Yeah.
See, because I was thinking you would be like a Tony Stark character. Maybe. I don't know.
Well,
You have a
I've never
goatee to be
seen
Tony
a
Stark.
You kind
a
of look
comic
like
character with
Captain
a
America.
backwards hat, so like it's hard to visualize.
Yeah,
that.
it's. Maybe I should take it off. Let me try it for a second.
That actually might help. Like no joke.
Now you just look stupid.
Now you look like a DC character now.
Oh, you look like Shazam.
Aquaman. Shazam.
He
No.
does look kind of like the
Yeah.
dude that plays is
Dude,
playing
That's
Shazam.
true. That's true.
I mean, I don't know. I would love to be Shazam.
You
when
could
I
be
was a kid.
Aquaman too, but like not the new Aquaman, because that guy's
Oh,
like
thank you.
he's a horse. But
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like,
he looks like a.
yeah.
Yeah,
He might be my
he's a
favorite.
Dothraki. That's what he is.
He might be one of in my top 5 like famous people I want to meet.
Yeah.
Jason Momoa.
He looks cool.
He just seems so fun loving.
Yeah.
Him and Emilia Clarke that plays Daenerys. They seem like the most bubbly, fun individuals to be around. And it's so funny because the characters they play on Game of Thrones are just like the total
Evil.
opposite of what they are. They're not
Yeah.
evil.
Well, they're not evil, but they're full of rage and they like
Yeah.
killing people. So
But she posted a video the other day. She was like running this contest to go to like join her at the Game of Thrones premiere. If you like donated to charity, you got to be entered in the contest. I just wish that'd be.
Did
so
you
cool,
enter
man.
in the contest?
No, I didn't enter.
he has a crush on her, don't you?
Well, I'll tell you, have a crush on Emma Watson.
We all knew that.
I can't see it, dude. I just don't see it. Maybe I'm just not into really skinny girls.
What?
I'm just.
She's not really skinny, but let's go
To
back
me,
on
she
that.
looks really skinny.
I think for me, a big thing that's attractive about her is just how outspoken she is and like how intelligent she is. She like has a Ivy League.
So you're into the
degree.
personality.
Well, of course, man. What are you talking about?
Shut up.
It's exactly that's the reason I said I like Emilia Clarke is because she's so bubbly and fun.
Yeah, but that's also for me. It's personality too. But like, I don't know. It's like
I don't know if I
I don't want to go into that.
I've never had a crush on anybody but purely based off looks.
Well, I think it's looks because
Well, that's like the cover of a book.
yeah, first it's
And
looks
then-
and then you want to get to
who they
know
are.
her. Like for me, I don't want to be
By
with somebody
stalking
that's
them on the
evil.
internet and watching, looking at all their Instagram and
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then you find out they're like a gold digger, and you're like, okay, never mind. or like they're like
Then you see them with their actual boyfriend, and you get actually jealous.
Oh, I used to be obsessed with Taylor Swift, and I remember, and this is weird. I don't like her anymore, but I remember.
Dude, you don't like Taylor Swift?
No.
She looks hot. She's hot, man.
I don't.
But-
I'm not. First off, I'm not talking about it like that because I just think she's annoying. But like
No,
looks
yeah, her
wise,
personality now is just.
Yeah, you're right.
looks wise is still not even a thing. But yeah, I saw her with a boyfriend once, and I'm like, one day that's gonna be me. Like they're gonna break
so
up.
weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
I've never had
This was
that.
a middle school.
I've done the same thing.
Dude, like,
yeah, I mean, I'm not
yeah.
saying recently, but like
Yeah.
definitely in middle school, high school, I'm like, I could be like, and it's weird now. People were watching her like so close to our age.
Mm-hmm.
Like the famous people are in
Yeah.
their early 20s. I'm like, wait a second. Now it's the actual reality of like you could date that
Yeah.
person.
That is
I
creepy.
know.
Okay, I'll tell you mine. You're just gonna be like, who? And I don't even know the actor's name. But have you ever seen the movie Made in Manhattan?
Nope.
All right, it stars the guy that's like PETA in what's the actor's
Oh,
name?
Josh
Peter.
Hutcherson.
Josh Hutcherson. It plays an 11-year-old boy who's in Manhattan, meets this girl, and they like have a whole like summer worth of like. Look it up, you'll see what I'm talking about. But the actor, I had a crush on her when I was like 12 years old, because I watched that movie. I was like, I'm Josh Hutcherson. I'm a Josh Hutcherson.
Yeah,
I'm that kid. That's what I want to be. She's so.
I've had stuff like that happen too.
Yeah, like when you get caught up in the story and you're like,
Yeah, it's like every
Or like
movie I
Bridge
used
to
to watch.
Terabithia.
There
Actually,
would be a girl.
every Josh Hutcherson movie I've watched where he's like my age, where he's like 12 or 13, it's like I was, you know what I mean?
Who's the girl in that
I don't
movie?
know, but
Wait, this is not the same movie. This doesn't have Josh. This is Made in Manhattan. It came out in 2002.
Dude, that's Jennifer Lopez.
not Made in Manhattan, like MAID,
Oh.
MADE.
That's how I spelled it, but this is what came up.
That's how I spelled it too. Made in Manhattan.
I don't think
Dang
that.
it.
I think you just like Jennifer Lopez.
Maybe here, let me see it.
I think you have named the wrong
Just
movie.
look
here.
up Josh Hutcherson and look up Manhattan. Little Manhattan, that's what it was. I literally just typed in Josh and it's
Dude, I think
Little
Made in Manhattan is Hunter's guilty
Whoops.
pleasure movie.
Whoops.
That
Hey,
he
dude. Hey, if you're a rich dude and you go to Manhattan and you find a hot senorita being a maid, you can
Stop promoting this.
you can go like watch that movie. You can do it. Get the ideas from there.
This is weird. Let's move on.
Wait.
Yeah, it's getting kind
Oh, I know that girl.
Yeah, what is that? Dang it, Sid. Now I have to.
I
pass your
remember
password.
thinking
I
she was
forgot
cute
my
when. Wait, so when did this come out?
Oh.
This came out in 2005. So I would have been 10 years old. I can say that I would have liked her.
Yeah.
I was having to make sure I was not like way older than her.
Like she's not like one of those.
She's probably older than us.
She's not like a hot girl. She's just like cute.
You
know, when you're that age,
Yeah,
she's
when we were
cute.
that age. Let's
Yeah.
make it clear that we only thought this when we were that age.
No,
We're
I wanted
talking
to
about
kiss her.
middle
That's
school
all I
eyes.
wanted to do when I was that age.
Okay,
And
let's
hug
keep.
her. I just wanted to hug her. For a while. Like think about how you were when you were a little kid.
I just
versus
wanna-
now.
I just
I wanted
wanted
to
to-
hold the hand.
I just
dude.
wanted to hug her.
hold her hand and hug her.
I just wanted
That's
to
what
hug
I
her,
wanted to do
man.
so much. That's what. I'm just being honest. Like that's how we were
Yeah.
thinking when we were that
I know.
age.
So
You're like, I wanted to hug her.
she was born in 1992.
She's only 3 years older than us.
Her name is Charlotte Rosenberg.
She looked like now.
She's pretty cute.
Charlotte
Ah,
Rosenberg, if you're listening.
nice.
If you're listening, we'd love to have you on the cast, and we can talk about
What's it like to
Little
be a child
Manhattan
actor?
and talk about PETA.
Peter Brid, Josh Hutcherson.
I don't like his name. I'm gonna call him PETA.
Look up the Zathora, Little Manhattan, and Bridge to Terabithia. Or
Was she in Bridge to Terabithia?
no, but the other girl that played in
Dude, you know who I always had a
Little
crush
Winn-Dixie,
on?
or Because of Winn-Dixie, that actor.
Yeah, I know
Bridge
who
to
you're talking about.
Terabithia. Dude, when
Ye-
she died in Bridge to Terabithia, spoiler work. I can't even speak.
Did
I'm
you read
just
the
getting
book?
So emotional. Well, no, I didn't. But when she died in that movie, it broke my heart, man. I was crying.
Dude, you know Chloe Grace Moretz?
Yes.
Oh man.
Dude, in the Kick-Ass movie, I had the biggest crush on her.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And like
I don't know
she
about
has
that.
she has this
See.
unconventional beauty. It's like you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And I think that I like that a lot in girls too. Is like
Yeah.
unconventional.
See,
beauty.
to me, it was like I didn't feel anything with that one.
Well, how did we turn
I'll
into
pull
talking about
I'll pull
Precious
up a
from-
picture
I
of
don't
her
know,
so
man.
you
What-
can
Middle
we
school.
get
change
crazy
your
on
mind
this
real quick.
podcast.
Well,
Let's just go with
You
it.
don't-
that
you
movie was based on a comic.
You
so
don't
that's-
think, you don't that doesn't.
No, for me, I just don't.
It's about her personality.
Yeah.
I keep coming back to it. I think I like girls more based off of personalities.
Yeah, she had a great personality in that movie.
Because she's just so cool, man.
Yeah, she was.
And if you ever watch her on talk shows, she's just when she was doing a talk show circuit for Neighbors 2 with Seth Rogen and what's his name, High School Musical dude. But anyways,
yeah,
like
I know.
her personality is so cool. She
It's
just
not
seems
High
so
School
cool.
Musical, dude. Yeah, it is. Holy
Zac
crap.
Efron.
It
Zac
is Zac
Efron, there
Efron.
it is.
But on that movie that she's on, Seth Rogen and her, and it's not. It is him because he's at the door saying the Robert De Niro rides. Who's the other dude though that has the power to? It's on the first movie.
What are you talking about? Are you talking about Neighbors?
Yeah, Neighbors.
What about it?
Little brother of James
Yeah,
Franco. The little
Franco,
brother,
whatever.
little Franco is
Little
on that
Frank.
movie. Little Franco is on those movies too. That's what I was thinking of when you said High School
Zac
Musical.
Efron?
Yeah, but Zac Efron was on that movie too.
So you remember how we were gonna like watch a movie and talk about it next week,
Wait, we were gonna do
or
that?
watch something? and
Yeah.
talk- we should watch High School Musical.
Dude, I watched a lot of movies this weekend.
Just
Actually,
kidding.
That was my
Yes.
favorite movie. when
have
I
y'all
was
seen the new
when I was
Netflix
that
movie?
age.
No joke. Like I don't know if it was my favorite movie, but every time a Disney Channel movie would come out, I was
Oh,
just
yeah.
so hyped up for it.
I would
man.
follow it, man. I'd like
God,
wait,
you guys are
set the date.
weird.
It's
I'm
'cause
joking.
you're-
Okay, I'm joking. Jeez, don't look at me like that.
All right,
I was the same way.
We're getting up there on time. So, do you guys want to do that thing where we watch the thing and talk about a thing?
Yeah.
Okay,
We-
we got
we're
to
gonna do
decide
like
what
a-
we're gonna watch.
Wait, what's going to be the redeeming value in us like watching a movie and talking about it, other than just like interesting
We're
conversation?
gonna turn into
the
movie
fact that our
podcast?
audience can
Watch it with us.
watch it and
Okay.
and
Well,
know
okay, I
what
guess
we're
what I'm
talking
trying
about.
to get at is like, do we want to watch something that has like a real topic behind it that we can talk about, or just something more fun?
No.
Okay.
what about okay?
Does everybody have Netflix?
Yeah.
Do you
I
have
have
Netflix?
Hulu.
You don't have
You don't
Netflix?
have
I don't
Netflix?
have Netflix.
Who are you?
Well, how are we gonna do this?
I had Netflix for a long time and I watched everything and got bored of it.
You didn't watch everything on Netflix.
I thought I did because I would
They
scroll
literally-
through for hours and not find anything.
Yeah, I did the same thing. But it's because there's so many options. That's what it is.
I can get Netflix for a month.
You don't have to. I was just.
Well, what
being
is there? What is
overly
something we can
mean.
watch? I don't know.
Sorry.
What is something we can watch within the next week?
You guys want to watch a funny movie, really good
I
movie?
I watched a movie on Netflix recently. It was the new one that came out with Ben Affleck.
Hey, I got it. Go watch Alita Battle Angel, and we can talk about that.
I mean,
Why
I
not?
just,
what is your aversion?
I just don't know if I just don't know if I
movies.
can commit. Like I want to watch it. I just don't know if
I
I
get
can commit to like going and seeing it.
I get it. Well, we're gonna have to do that one day.
What about Captain Marvel?
No,
See,
I'm gonna wait till that comes out in
see,
like dollar
you're just
theaters.
like me. You just the opposite. You don't want to
I'm
watch.
still gonna see it, but I don't want to pay like.
Yeah, I don't want
$10.
to pay that much to go see
Worth
Illegal
it.
Battle Angel.
I might actually go see it. Yes, you do.
See, you
That-
think that.
No,
That's
this
your
movie's
opinion.
different. That movie's special to me. And I don't want to hear you say anything about it.
Okay. All right. So.
Just kidding. No, but I might actually see Captain Marvel tomorrow because Tuesdays is like $5 movie night. So
Go watch Captain Marvel. We'll talk about it
All
next
right.
week.
I'll go next tomorrow. Wait.
why are you guys willing to see Captain? Oh wait, I guess it's you because your schedule's tight. But I was gonna say Alita Battle.
I'll tell. I'll
Fine. We'll go
so
see
good.
both. I'll go see 2 movies in one
do
day.
it. Do it.
You want to bet?
No, don't.
I'm down to do it. Are you
Well,
down to do it?
I'll see.
When do you
Alita-
wanna go
I'll
see
see
it
Alita
tomorrow?
Battle Angel 50 times.
Holy crap! I forgot to tell you this, y'all. I just realized. Okay, we're gonna go watch it Tuesday.
Okay, I'm going with my fam,
Tomorrow.
so you can come with it.
So Tuesday's tomorrow, right?
Yeah,
I don't care.
Wait.
What
Are
time?
you seeing Captain Marvel?
probably like 7. It's
At
in
o'clock
Charlotte.
at night?
In Charlotte. Yeah.
Well, that's the time people see movies. What's wrong?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like 12 or 1.
I'll be working, bro. Twerking.
What were you about? You just like got really excited about something.
Yeah.
Okay, so Zach went to the ACC tournament.
Galifianakis.
My nephew,
Oh, okay.
not Galifianakis Phillips.
Okay.
Zach Phillips, and he saw somebody at the game.
He saw Chip.
How did you know? Oh
He
yeah.
texted me.
Yeah, they never text me back, so I assume they never get my text messages.
No, I get your text messages. I just don't text back.
So, basically, Zach sends me a video of Chip on the tele thing, and he's literally on the court of the tournament. The biggest game
Not the biggest.
Not the biggest.
What's
but
he
one of the
doing?
biggest games
What
in
was he doing
basketball. I don't know. I don't know anything
Wait, he
about
was
it.
sitting like
I
on
just
the
saw him on the
floor?
court. On the court, standing. Bro,
Was
you know
he
how
playing?
they do like? No, they do. He was doing some kind of promotional thing.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, Zach went up to him after the game and like talked to him and stuff. And now he wants to meet with me Wednesday.
does?
Yeah, Wednesday.
I'd be willing to hang out with
And-
Chip.
You will? Wednesday?
I can't Wednesday.
Why not?
I got busy stuff going on.
All right, when you free?
I have no idea when I'm free.
Because I can ask him and text him right now and be like, hey, would you be cool?
What are
Clayton
we
and
gonna
me can?
do? Let's make
Oh,
these
we're
plans
gonna-
off the podcast. We need to wrap
Okay,
this.
yeah, you're right. All right, sorry.
Is there anything we can watch?
I mean, I can probably commit to Captain Marvel. The odds of me being able to see it are pretty high.
What about you, Hunter?
Yeah, I can see it anytime.
Okay, so next
I'm gonna see
week,
it tonight.
next week at the very end of the podcast, we're gonna spend 10-15 minutes talking about Captain Marvel, just because
I'll go see it this weekend. How about that?
we want to start doing this thing where we talk about more, I guess, pop culture topical stuff. You know, it's more topical.
Yeah. And
So-
we want you to join in too.
Yeah, so if you see it, you can join in the discussion and listen to what we have to say about it. This was fun, guys. I'm glad we landed on comics because we were already talking about comics.
Yeah,
so
it was so perfect. And,
kind
That
of
and
was
weird.
Weirdly
It was
convenient.
weird.
It's like the very first
Power of
D20 we did. I
D20.
said a random number and we rolled that number.
That's true. Our D20s have been.
Something is weird with this dice.
Maybe we should do more D20s.
People are probably going to comment, fake, they planned it.
It's not fake.
It's not. It's
Well, speaking of commenting, please leave a comment if you're on YouTube, or leave us a review if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, or go find us on Twitter and Instagram.
Or get our addresses offline somehow and
Yeah,
come see
stalk
us.
us.
Stalk us, whatever.
yeah.
Just get involved.
yeah.
I'll be fine
By
with you
stalking.
I'll be fine with you sending me a letter, but please don't come to my house.
You can come to my house. Just
Don't
knock on
stand
the door.
outside the window and look into our windows at night.
Yeah.
That would creep us out.
All right, well, that was fun, and
Mm-hmm.
I guess our outros are always weird. We just kind of like end it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess we have the little bumper thing we play afterwards, so it doesn't actually sound
Yeah.
that bad.
Well, imagine if we had to say that every time. It would feel like we had an actual.
yeah, I'm not
ending
saying
every
we
time.
should say it. Just kind of, I'm always like, it's like we go from what we're talking about, and it's like, all right, bye.
It's because we reach our an hour and we're like, all right, we need to wind down.
Yeah.
But a lot of times we'll have like closing remarks, and like you'll be like, well,
Hunter, what are your closing
thoughts?
remarks?
I don't know. I have no idea.
My closing remarks are
Uh,
we should be more informed about comic books if we're gonna go see the movies because it's much more fun that way.
It is.
Like if you know a lot about the comics and you go and watch it.
I will tell you. No, I won't tell you that.
wait. I got
Something
it.
about Captain Marvel
Yeah,
that
don't tell
is
me.
interesting with that.
Yeah. I'm going to go see Captain Marvel. That's my
I'm
closing
glad-
remark.
I'm glad you said that.
I don't know. I've just talked about. I was blanking right there for a second.
All right, we're gonna go play some Magic together.
Yeah, I'm
'cause
ready to
we're
play.
nerdy nerds.
Yep.
So
I'm
Have a
until
great
next
week.
week,
I'm
everybody
really
have a great
hungry.
week. Leave us a comment, and with that being said,
Yeah.
Godspeed and good conversations. Thanks for listening to this episode of Young Adult's Guide to Planet Earth. We hope you enjoyed the conversation.
If you want to join the conversation, make sure to join us on Twitter at Young Adult Guide and Instagram at Young Adults Guide.
And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to subscribe and ring the bell if you want to be notified. Like, comment, and join the conversation.
Talk to you next week.